Die vollständige Wortsammlung findest du über den Link in der Beschreibung. Kopiere sie mit einem Klick und lerne mit smarten Lerntools auf WordByWord.io.
Software. Install the latest software update. Software. Hardware. The hardware needs to be replaced. Hardware. Database. The database stores all customer information. Datenbank. Server. The server is down for maintenance. Server. Network. Connect to the company network. Netzwerk. Code. Write clean and readable code. Code. Algorithm. The algorithm sorts the data efficiently. Algorithmus. Debug. I need to debug this program. Fehler beheben. Deploy. Deploy the application to production. Bereitstellen. Compile. Compile the source code. Kompilieren. Variable. Declare a variable to store the value. Variable. Function. Call this function to calculate the total. Funktion. Array. Store the items in an array. Array. Loop. Use a loop to iterate through the list. Schleife. Condition. Add a condition to check the input. Bedingung. String. Concatenate the two strings. Zeichenkette. Integer. The function returns an integer. Ganzzahl. Boolean. The Boolean value is true or false. Booleischer Wert. Object. Create a new object instance. Objekt. Class. Define a class for the user model. Klasse. Method. This method calculates the average. Methode. Interface. Implement the interface in your class. Schnittstelle. Module. Import the module at the top. Modul. Library. Use a library for date formatting. Bibliothèque. Framework. We use React as our front-end framework. Framework.
API.
Connect to the API to fetch data. Programmierschnittstelle. Endpoint. The API endpoint returns JSON. Endpunkt. Request. Send a GET request to the server. Anfrage. Response. Parse the response from the server. Antwort. Authentication. User authentication is required. Authentifizierung. Authorization Check authorization before access. Autorisierung. Encryption. Use encryption to protect data. Verschlüsselung. Token. Generate a new access token. Token. Session. The session expires after 30 minutes. Sitzung. Cookie. Store the preference in a cookie. Cookie. Cache. Clear the browser cache. Cache. Bandwidth. Increase the bandwidth for better speed. Bandbreite. Latency. Low latency is important for gaming. Latenz. Firewall. The firewall blocks suspicious traffic. Firewall. Router. Configure the router settings. Router. Protocol. HTTP is a communication protocol. Protokoll. IP address. Find your IP address in Settings. IP-Adresse. Domain. Register a new domain name. Domain.
DNS.
Update the DNS records.
DNS. SSL.
Install an SSL certificate.
SSL.
HTTPS. Always use HTTPS for security. HTTPS. Cloud. Store your files in the cloud. Cloud. Virtual machine. Create a virtual machine for testing. Virtuelle Maschine. Container. Run the app in a Docker container. Container. Microservice. Each microservice handles one function. Microservice. Repository. Clone the repository from GitHub. Repository. Branch. Create a new branch for the feature. Branch. Commit. Commit your changes regularly. Commit. Merge. Merge the branch into main. Zusammenführen. Pull request. Submit a pull request for review. Pull request. Version control. Use version control for your code. Versionskontrolle. Backup. Create a backup of the database. Sicherung. Restore. Restore the data from backup. Wiederherstellen. Migration. Run the database migration. Migration. Query. Write a query to fetch the data. Abfrage. Index. Create an index for faster queries. Index. Schema. Define the database schema. Schema. Table. Add a new column to the table. Tabelle. Record. Insert a new record into the table. Datensatz. Field. The field cannot be empty. Feld. Primary key. Each table needs a primary key. Primärschlüssel. Foreign key. Link tables with a foreign key. Fremdschlüssel. Transaction. The transaction was rolled back. Transaktion. Front end. The front end is built with React. Front end. Back end. The back end handles the business logic. Backend. Full stack. She is a full stack developer. Full stack. Responsive. Make the design responsive for mobile. Responsiv.
UI.
Improve the UI for better usability. Benutzeroberfläche.
UX.
Focus on good UX design. Benutzererfahrung. Component. Create a reusable component. Komponente. Template. Use the template for the page. Vorlage. Style sheet. Add the styles in the style sheet. Style sheet. Layout. Design the page layout. Layout. Navigation. Implement the navigation menu. Navigation. Button. Add a submit button to the form. Schaltfläche. Input. Validate the user input. Eingabe. Form. Submit the form to save data. Formular. Drop down. Select an option from the drop down. Drop down. Modal. Display the message in a modal. Modal. Notification. Send a push notification. Benachrichtigung. Error. Handle the error gracefully. Fehler. Exception. Catch the exception in a try block. Ausnahme.
Log.
Check the error log for details. Protokoll. Test. Write unit tests for your code. Test. Unit test. The unit test failed. Unit test. Integration test. Run the integration tests. Integrationstest. Coverage. Increase the test coverage. Abdeckung.
Bug.
Report the bug to the team. Fehler.
Fix.
Apply the fix to production. Behebung. Patch. Install the security patch. Patch. Release. Plan the next release. Release. Version. Update to the latest version. Version. Update. The update is available now. Aktualisierung. Upgrade. Upgrade your subscription. Upgrade. Downgrade. You can downgrade anytime. Downgrade. Configuration. Check the configuration file. Konfiguration. Setting. Change the default setting. Einstellung. Parameter. Pass the parameter to the function. Parameter. Argument. The function takes two arguments. Argument. Return value. Check the return value. Rückgabewert. Callback. Use a callback function. Callback. Promise. Return a promise from the function. Promise. Async. Use async await for cleaner code. Asynchron. Sync. Run the operation synchronously. Synchron. Thread. Create a new thread for the task. Thread. Process. Monitor the running process. Prozess. Memory. The app uses too much memory. Speicher.
CPU.
The CPU usage is very high. Prozessor. Storage. Free up some storage space. Speicherplatz. File system. Access the file system. Dateisystem. Directory. Create a new directory. Verzeichnis. Path. Specify the file path. Pfad. Permission. Grant read permission. Berechtigung. Access. Access is denied. Zugriff. Root. Run as root user. Root. Admin. Contact your admin. Administrator. User. Create a new user account. Benutzer. Role. Assign a role to the user. Rolle. Credential. Enter your credentials. Anmeldedaten. Password. Reset your password. Passwort. Login. The login was successful. Anmeldung. Logout. Click Logout to sign out. Abmeldung. Sign up. Sign up for a free account. Registrierung. Download. Download the file. Herunterladen. Upload. Upload your profile picture. Hochladen. Install. Install the application. Installieren. Uninstall. Uninstall unused programs. Deinstallieren. Launch. Launch the application. Starten. Terminate. Terminate the process. Beenden. Restart. Restart the server. Neustart. Shut down. Shut down the system safely. Herunterfahren. Boot. The system failed to boot. Hochfahren. Crash. The application crashed. Absturz. Freeze. The screen froze. Einfrieren. Timeout. The request timed out. Zeitüberschreitung. Bottleneck. Identify the performance bottleneck. Engpass. Scalability. Consider scalability from the start. Skalierbarkeit. Load balancer. Set up a load balancer. Lastverteiler. Traffic. Monitor the network traffic. Datenverkehr. Throughput. Increase the throughput. Durchsatz. Optimization. Focus on code optimization. Optimierung. Refactoring. The code needs refactoring. Refactoring. Documentation. Read the documentation. Dokumentation. Comment. Add comments to your code. Kommentar. Syntax. Check the syntax for errors. Syntax. Runtime. An error occurred at runtime. Laufzeit. Compiler. The compiler found an error. Compiler. Interpreter. Python uses an interpreter. Interpreter.
IDE.
Use an IDE for coding. Entwicklungsumgebung. Editor. Open the file in the editor. Editor. Terminal. Run the command in terminal. Terminal. Command line. Use the command line interface. Befehlszeile. Script. Run the automation script. Script. Automation. Automation saves time. Automatisierung. Pipeline. Set up the CI/CD pipeline. Pipeline. Deployment. The deployment was successful. Bereitstellung. Environment. Test in the staging environment. Umgebung. Production. Do not test in production. Produktion. Staging. Deploy to staging first. Staging. Development. The feature is in development. Entwicklung. Agile. We use agile methodology. Agile. Sprint. Plan the next sprint. Sprint. Scrum. Our team follows Scrum. Scrum. Kanban. Use a Kanban board. Kanban. Ticket. Create a ticket for the issue. Ticket. Issue. Investigate the reported issue. Problem. Feature. Request a new feature. Funktion. Requirement. Gather the requirements first. Anforderung. Specification. Write the technical specification. Spezifikation. Architecture. Design the system architecture. Architektur. Design pattern. Apply the singleton design pattern. Entwurfsmuster. Best practice. Follow best practices. Best practice. Legacy. Maintain the legacy system. Legacy. Technical debt. Reduce technical debt. Technische Schulden. Code review. Submit for code review. Code review. Pair programming. Try pair programming. Pair programming. Debugging. Debugging takes time. Fehlersuche. Profiling. Use profiling to find bottlenecks. Profiling. Monitoring. Set up monitoring alerts. Überwachung. Logging. Implement proper logging. Protokollierung. Analytics. Check the analytics dashboard. Analytik. Metrics. Track the key metrics. Metriken. Dashboard. View the monitoring dashboard. Dashboard. Report. Generate the weekly report. Bericht. Vulnerability. Fix the security vulnerability. Schwachstelle. Malware. Scan for malware regularly. Schadsoftware. Phishing. Beware of phishing emails. Phishing. Backup. Always keep a backup. Backup. Redundancy. Build in redundancy for reliability. Redundanz. Downtime. Minimize system downtime. Ausfallzeit. Uptime. We guarantee 99.9% uptime. Betriebszeit.
SLA.
Check the SLA terms. Service Level Agreement.
SDK.
Download the SDK. Software Development Kit. Plugin. Install the plugin. Plugin. Extension. Add a browser extension. Erweiterung.